A former White House official just laughed at Donald Trump's failing mind, and more importantly, his attempts to boast about it. And I don't know about you, but with the current mess Trump has made in Washington, I could use a laugh myself. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. You know, the great horror movie directors often said they made their films as comedies. James Whale said that about Frankenstein. Alfred Hitchcock said that about Psycho. Which raises the question, maybe some cosmic force is trying to laugh right now at our current American predicament. With evidence mounting that Donald Trump and his goblins are trying to destroy democracy, and that his mind has blown a fuse, or two, medical experts have begun to sound the alarm that the White House is engaged in a major cover-up about Trump's health.
First of all, there is some strong suspicion that he had some kind of stroke around Labor Day. Or it could be what we call a transient ischemic attack, which is sort of a minor stroke and it kind of reverses itself. And the drooping that he had on the right side of his face.
At 9/11, it was very, very evident at 9/11.
It's very evident and it's very diagnostic. There's really almost nothing else other than Bell's palsy, which I don't think he has, that could cause that.
A stroke would explain a lot, wouldn't it? Not to mention congestive heart failure. And if you're not laughing yet, stick around. I promise this story gets more fun. Amid the ongoing speculation that Trump's health, and the very real possibility that he's had mini strokes, or worse, Trump made this eyebrow-raising assertion while en route to Japan this week.
Yeah, I got an MRI. It was perfect. Yeah. I mean, I gave you the full results. We had an MRI, and in the machine, you know, the whole thing, and it was perfect. Yeah.
Did you say what in particular?
You could ask the doctors. In fact, we have doctors traveling with us, but I think they gave you a very conclusive. Nobody has ever given you reports like I gave you. AOC's low IQ. You give her an IQ test. Have her pass like the exams that I decided to take when I was at Walter Reed. Those are very hard. They're really aptitude tests, I guess, in a certain way, but they're cognitive tests. Let AOC go against Trump. Let Jasmine go against Trump. I don't think Jasmine, the first couple of questions are easy. A tiger, an elephant, a giraffe, you know. When you get up to about 5 or 6, and then when you get up to 10 and 20 and 25, they couldn't come close to answering any of those questions.
So, let's just clarify something here. Doctors do not give MRIs to healthy people. They give MRIs to patients who might have had some kind of neurological damage, like the kind inflicted by a stroke. And the test with the animals that he describes isn't an IQ test either. It's a test for dementia. It's supposed to be easy. In fact, we found one. So, in sum, Donald Trump just admitted to having some kind of neurological decline, or at least that the people around him think he's having some kind of decline, which is just good sense at this point. And now, a former White House spokesperson is having her say on the issue of Trump's mind, not to mention a laugh. Jen Psaki, former White House spokesperson under Joe Biden, along with MSNBC lion Lawrence O'Donnell, managed to troll Trump, Mike Johnson, and the ongoing conspiracy theory that Joe Biden signed pardons with an autopen, which somehow makes them invalid. Take a look.
He passed a really difficult test. One that he bragged had some very hard questions. Questions like, name these animals and draw a clock. Good job, Mr. President. For his part, House Speaker Mike Johnson held a press conference earlier today where he rattled through a litany of accusations against a certain former president, seemingly completely unaware of just how close to home his critiques were hitting.
His job for quite some time, and everybody knows it. And there was a cover-up. The people around him who were they would give him scripts to follow. They would point him literally in the direction, stand here, sir, wave like this. He pardoned categories of violent criminals and turned them loose on the streets. You can't allow a president to check out and have unelected, unaccountable, faceless people making massive decisions for the country.
Maybe someone needs to ask Mike Johnson to name a few animals. Maybe. That does it for me tonight. The last word with Lawrence O'Donnell, who is back, starts right now. Hi, Lawrence.
Hey, Jen. I haven't taken any what animal is that questions lately. I don't remember them being too tough whenever I did take them, that's for sure.
Me neither. We could pass those with flying colors, I'm fairly certain, but we wouldn't be given them so frequently, I don't think either.
You're seeing madness at work every day down there.
Isn't that fun? In a few brief words, Psaki, who always had a way with words, just managed to dismantle multiple ongoing narratives from the Republican Party. It's hard to sweat over a former president's mind when the current president has clearly lost his. It's kind of ridiculous, just like all the hand-wringing over unelected officials running the government when Trump has brought in a druggie like Elon Musk or fascists like Stephen Miller and Russell Vogt to make major policy decisions. And most signs point to Miller and Vogt being the real leaders in the White House right now. For more on that, see our other videos here on the channel. Thus, the season of the witch continues here in the United States as the living dead continue to try and destroy the Republic. Hey, I never said this wasn't also a horror movie. Now, let's all get ready to perform an exorcism on the presidency, shall we? I'll get the holy water. This is Occupy Democrats.